I've been working in marketing for more than 20 years. My company is Dina Towbin and Associates. We work with a lot of government contractors, and we've helped them bring in more than $70 million in awards over the past few years. And today I'm here to help you work on your business and improve your cash flow. So let's start by just taking a moment to relax. I know this has been a stressful year for all of us. There have been health issues, there are economic, financial issues at home, political issues. So let's just take a moment to just let everything, all those worries just flow off your shoulders, put them to the side, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let's just bring our focus on you and your business. Every crisis brings an opportunity. I'm sure all of us have gone through challenges in our lives, with our families, with our business, with our own health, our family's health. And this year, we had a lot of challenges, but we also have a great opportunity to step back and see what the landscape is, see how it's changed, and take this as an opportunity to grow your business and to bring in more capital and more clients to your business. So we want to take this opportunity today to really think about how things have changed, how you can change up your marketing to address things that lay right outside your doorstep. And let's not forget our ability to be resilient. We've all been resilient through our lives, bouncing back through whatever challenges we faced. Many of you may remember the 2008 financial and housing crisis, where people lost a significant part of their savings, people lost their homes. It's pretty awful, but it also provided an opportunity to change things up. How can you recover from this crisis? How can you recoup what you've lost? For me, it helped me to think about changing my outlook. How did I recoup all the retirement savings I'd lost? I was working as a sole proprietor, and as you know, there's only so many hours in the day, and as a sole proprietor, you're one person. But when I thought about it, to grow my business, I needed to bring in more people. I became a visionary strategist. I realized by managing others, I could earn more income, bring in larger projects, and grow my business. I started getting more blanket purchase agreements, retainer agreements, contracts with companies, because my company now had more to offer. We had more services, we had more consultants, we had more ideas, so we were more attractive to larger companies. So this crisis brought about an opportunity for me to change that had a positive result. And today, you have an opportunity to be creative, to take this time to really reflect and think about what you can do to grasp this opportunity where the business landscape has changed. So before we move on, we're going to do a quick poll. Charles, if you could please launch this, about what drives you in your business. Is it providing customers with a quality product or service, serving others, earning an income, or all of the above? I'll give you, there's about 20 seconds left. So each of these is a valid response. There's no right answer, whatever you feel fits the bill for you. We have 8 of 11. So We have about 40 more seconds. We ran this in another seminar, and every seminar is different, so whatever you feel. Okay, so we're going to close it out. And so we have about evenly split between the first two, and the majority said all of the above. So most of you have a rich vision of what you want to do, and that's great. So, right. So today's takeaways, what I hope you'll learn from this webinar, are a lean marketing strategy, a few quick tips on how you can structure your marketing strategy to really get hold of this opportunity, and ways to refresh your marketing to be more attractive to your clients, to reach out where they are already. And lastly, Q&A. I really hope this will be an interactive session. I welcome your questions, comments through the chat, and it's an opportunity to share ideas also between everyone here, not just me, but share with your fellow attendees ideas you may have from what they say about their business or their concerns. First of all, a quick look at what is marketing. Basically promoting a product and or service to a client. Everything from elderly daycare to restaurant takeout. You'd have a hair salon, doggy daycare, or clothing. What is a lean marketing strategy? It basically has three pillars: trust, your customers, and your product or service. You want to convey trust and understand your customer and provide a unique product or service. We'll go through these one by one. Just to recap, we're putting together a marketing toolbox for you. So the first three items are the trust, you'd be a trusted source, to know your customer, and the unique product or service you're providing. Let's start with trust. Especially in these times, particularly in these times, you want to be a trusted source. You want people to trust you. If you have a storefront or interactions with the public, you want to make sure you're following local guidelines, CDC health guidelines, and protocols. Each jurisdiction has its own set of protocols and process. I'll be sharing these links with you after the webinar. So be sure you're following these and that you're telling your customers that you're following these. Part of your marketing strategy to gain their trust. And also to be a trusted source. How do you do this? How the community. In the past year of the pandemic, many people have reached out to their communities. They're maybe providing food to first responders or medical staff. Perhaps they're giving backpacks with school supplies to local school children, especially among vulnerable populations. There's lots of ways to help. Charles, we have someone raise their hand. Did you have a question, Tiesa?
I don't see a question in the chat area, Dina.
Okay, I'll keep going. If you can put your question in the chat, and then we'll have an opportunity in a few minutes to answer questions. Thank you. So how are you helping the community? For me, I realized early on in April and May that there's a lot of information out there for small businesses about resources, access to loans and grants, help for small businesses. But many of my fellow small business owners did not know about these resources and were very confused about like the PPP loans, the EIDL loans, were they eligible? Should they do it? And it was confusing because the rules kept changing. So I, while not an expert in these areas, I knew how to gather the information. I put together a blog, webpage on my website, resources for entrepreneurs, so that people could go to this location and then find where they could get more information. And this was helpful to a lot of people. And it was a free service I provided just to help other people because I realized it was needed. If you're not helping the community right now, it's not too late. You can come up with something that will help your community, and then you can publicize what you're doing. It's part of your marketing strategy. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be something like sharing resources. It could be helping out a community group. It could be putting together a food drive. So there's just a lot of options you can do. And this helps build trust with your community. Next, you want to know your customer. Often you build a persona, sort of a model of your customer that shows their demographic, their age, their ethnic group, where they're living, their income level, how much disposable income they have. You know, are they a family? Are they single? Are they married? Maybe you can even through emails find out more specifics about them. So you want to create this like model persona and use that to target your marketing, like, so you know what they're spending their money on and how much they might have to spend at your store. And then what are you offering? What is the product or service that you're bringing to the market? Is it something they need, like hand sanitizer, food, any essentials? Or is it something they just might like this is a basket from Ghana, or these are some interesting teas from the Philippines? What are you offering to your customers? And what's the it factor? The it factor is what makes it special. It could be the story behind it. This is a recipe from my grandmother in Trinidad. It could be that, you know, this basket is woven by women from El Salvador and here's their story. Or it could be just the price point, that it's an attractive price, or that it's unique and only you offer it, or it's tailored to your specific market. So this is something for you to think about. What's the it factor? And this will play into your marketing. So just want to pause to see if we have any questions at this point. Charles?
No questions so far, Dina.
Okay, thank you. And just, did everyone name themselves? Do you have everyone's name? I know that.
I have everybody's name. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Great. All right. So if you do have any questions, please share. This is not just me talking. This is me listening. So I want to help you. I can only help you if I know your situation, if I know, you know, if something isn't clear, you want a further explanation, please put your question in the chat. You have your marketing toolbox are put together that you're showing how you build trust with your community. You know your customer, you're providing a unique product or service, and you're going to tell your story and take your customers on a journey. It's all part of your marketing toolbox. First of all, tell your story. How did you get to where you are today? What challenges did you face? How did you overcome them? People like to hear stories. It's what connects us as human beings. You may have heard stories growing up from your grandparents, from your parents, from other family members, and we retain those stories in our memory. So when you tell your story, it helps build connections with your customers. And people love to hear stories. Storytelling is the new marketing now. So, for example, my story is, why did I start my business? I was in a job I didn't really like. I sort of hit the glass ceiling, which was I couldn't go much farther where I was. I had 2 little kids. I wanted to be able to take care of them if they were sick. There wasn't family leave back then, so limited options. And I saw myself as an entrepreneur, had that entrepreneurial spirit. I started my own business. And another woman I talked to from Nigeria who started a construction company was telling me, oh, no one wants to hear my story. And I said, what do you mean? Your story is great. It's very interesting. You've been successful in a short period of time. She walked into a cocktail party and left with a $25,000 contract. I mean, who does that? That's incredible. So think about the stories you have, how you got to where you are today. Make that part of your marketing strategy. And you want to present that information in a way that's transparent and empathetic, be realistic in how you present it, work on the words, how you say it, and be truthful. You want to take your customers on a journey. Now, this journey can be several things. It can be the journey of how you got to where you are today in developing your business. It can also be the journey of your products or services. Here are the women in Costa Rica who make our pottery. Here's scenes from the Philippines where our tea comes from. And this is, or we're making hamburgers today. Here's our food production line. Here's Jorge in the kitchen. And, here's, we're showing that you're following health protocols in a little video of a few seconds. So you want to connect with your customers. As you know, everything's very visual these days. So you want to use photography and video to make those connections. So all this information you're gathering in your toolbox will help you design your marketing strategy. And then you want to refresh your marketing on your website and your social media, any media you use. Are you talking about, first of all, you're still open for business, very important. Let your customers know that. And what, health protocols you put in place, what procedures you put in, redundancies or whatever to back up your staff, what you've done. You want to put that into your marketing so people know that it's up to date and you're following. And you want to use social media and other media to connect with your customers. There's so many choices now: Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, really a wealth of information, of choices for you. And so you want to know where your customers are. Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Facebook? And put up a post, set up a marketing calendar of posts. So you're taking people on a journey day by day, week by week in your business. Another webinar, someone asked me, well, won't people get tired of seeing my posts? And I said, well, that depends on your strategy. Are you telling an interesting story? Are you presenting something different each time? Even tweaking it for different customer base. Or you have a new product you're launching, you can do a pre-launch, build up to the launch date, and then, pre-orders, and then you launch it, and then special pricing this month only, And then farther down the line, you can bundle it in a package and sell three items for a certain price. So you need to think about your strategy, like long term, like it's not a one-off, I'm going to do this and I'm done. No, this is your life. This is every day connecting with your customers, building your customer base. And if you have customers that don't have access to technology, don't forget about them. They're using, you can reach them with flyers, with the mail, TV, radio, newspaper. So there's many avenues to reach your customers. And your community is very important. Most of you in this room probably have connections to your local community through neighborhood groups, neighborhood watch, and in your technical field, you may be part of, or you should be part of, different trade associations, business associations that provide resources for you, as well as provide an outlet for you to market your services, put on webinars, provide discounts to other people in that association. So it's a way of building strength. And if you have a storefront, a physical location, you should be reaching out to your neighbors, your other storefronts in your area. There's a lot of things you can do together. There's strength in numbers. When you work together with other businesses, you're not only sharing resources, you're bringing in your customer base and theirs, so you're effectively more than doubling your customer base. And you can also get work through them. For example, I belong to many freelance and small business associations, and people are always posting job opportunities and sharing job opportunities and new products and services with the group. Often in one of my groups, they're giving everyone a 90-day free trial of a new service. So I signed up for it. Why wouldn't I? It's something I could use, and I want to see how it works. And I've gotten job opportunities through different groups. So these are more ways to increase your marketing reach and grow your business. And there are things you can do as a community, like our community has safely reopened for business. There are a multitude of holiday events coming up in the next few weeks. We have Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah tonight. We have New Year's. We have inauguration with Martin Luther King Day. People have birthdays. So you can give special events, special discounts, special offers for, connected to holidays. And if you're doing it in a group, you could have an electronic card where everyone in our neighborhood is giving you 10% off on your purchase between these days using this offer code. So it's a way to bring in customers. And also, if you're posting on social media, you want to use hashtags to attract more groups. So hashtag Christmas sales, hashtag inauguration. So that goes out to a wider audience as well. You can also use social influencers, but I think that's kind of a whole nother webinar. But that is when you use people who are influential in your business, such as clothing, and you get them to review your products and promote them, then you leverage their expertise and their audience, and that hopefully brings more people to your site. So there's a lot of ways to virtually increase your marketing reach. And don't forget the wonderful resources you have for free through all these groups. The DC Small Business Development Center, who's hosting this webinar today. Charles Mott is actually my business mentor as well. They do a wonderful job. He's going to tell us a little bit about what they do in a minute. All these organizations provide a wealth of resources that are free to you. You just need to sign up. You can get mentoring, you can get access to resources, you can get access to webinars, coaching. So I really encourage you to check them out. Again, I'll be sharing the links to all these after the webinar. But I've, in the past 6 months, have connected with a lot of these organizations. And for example, I had the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce had a business boot camp. They're going to have more in the next year, totally free. You learn a lot. You also make connections with other small businesses in the group. Charles, do you want to talk a little bit about your center and the services?
Sure. Thanks, Dina. And thank you also for putting us right in the middle there. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Well, folks, for those of you who are not DCSBDC clients or part of any SBDC for that matter, we are an SBA resource partner. We're in the same line as SCORE or Women Business Centers. We provide no-cost assistance in basically 4 areas. We provide counseling, assistance with access to capital. We also provide webinars and workshops such as this, educational events. And lastly, we also provide research to our clients. We can obtain research support free of charge and so on. So we're part of, as you can see, the ecosystem of helping small business grow and expand. We work with existing businesses and also even new businesses to help them grow in their markets. We also have, especially during COVID, we have posted a whole series of information, a whole set of information related to disaster loans and other resources that are available to you during this time or at any time. But as Dina said, definitely encourage you to take advantage of many of these programs that are out there. Most, if not all here, all provide no-cost resources to you in some form or fashion. And some listed here even provide lending, specifically the Latino Economic Development Center. They provide lending to small business.
Great. Thank you, Charles. And
Thank
you. The access to capital, that even the ones that don't provide capital, often they have connections to different capital providers, depending on the level you need of funding you're looking for. So, and they can help you prepare to access, with the applications for that funding. They can help you. I've gotten assistance with HubZone applications. They can help you with 8A, with all kinds of applications to the government. So it's really these are terrific resources, and I really encourage you to avail yourself of them, because I don't think you'll be disappointed, and you will have homework. I can tell you that when you have a mentor, but it's to help you. It's to help your business. So they're great resources, and it's free. So can't beat free. And then just to recap, we talked about today was your lean marketing strategy, conveying trust, knowing your customer, and identifying the product or service that has that it factor that is unique to you. And in designing your marketing strategy, you want to use this information to build your toolbox, refresh your marketing, build community connections, and then, of course, use the local resources you have available. You can sign up for everything virtually now and use that to grow your business. So I'm hoping we have some questions at this point. Charles?
None so far in the chat area. We have a small enough group where if you would prefer not to write your question, feel free to unmute and ask any questions that you may have.
Yes. Does anyone, as I said, it's not about me. This is about you guys. So please ask away. Usually I charge a lot of money for this, so you're getting it for free. So please take advantage. No judgment zone. I
And
just want to hear.
it looks like Ralph unmuted there.
Okay,
I
cool.
did. Thank you, Charles. Thanks, Dina. This is Ralph Gronlund. You know, in these times, I'm just looking for some creative ideas in ways to reach out to our contracts officers and specialists. And, you know, normally where you'd be able to set up a meeting and go in and sit down across the desk from them. Do you have any thoughts on different ways or a better approach to get their attention and to market the business to them?
Can you give me a little more information about what you do? And are you talking about government?
Yes, this would be in
officers?
federal contracts. I'm right now transitioning from a company, Alex Alternative Experts, which I was with 28 years, and I'm going over to one of the companies that I've been mentoring for about 5 years, and that company is QED Enterprises.
Oh, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Small disabled veteran-owned business. Wonderful people. And so I'll be starting full-time with them in January, mid-January. And I'm just looking at different ways that I can reach out to the contracts folks, just really to market. Where normally, you know, I'm used to being able to pick up the phone and set up a meeting, you know, face to face. And is there a different approach that we can use when they're all working from home? And I feel it's a little bit tougher to get their attention.
Yeah. I feel, yes, I agree. Seems like we're busier now than before. Are you able to set up a virtual meeting? I mean, everyone's talking on Zoom nowadays or another platform. Is that an option?
Oh, those are always options. Yes.
So
Yep.
I know with the government, like kind of an email, often you have to be careful because they won't open attachments, or, you know, because of security concerns, or emails may be blocked. So I would start with trying to just connect with them on a phone call. And
sure,
you know, you're new to this company, right? So you want to introduce yourself. You want to talk about, these are the products and services we're excited about for 2021. You know, some of our success stories, but, you know, how can we best serve you? You know, you want to make that connection with the, you know what, I mean, if you're going after certain contracts, are you talking about like existing contracts or things you're going to bid on?
Yes, that would be obviously, you know, reaching out to the contracts officers and specialists. It would be on upcoming forecasted opportunities that I feel that QED would be qualified to bid on, and maybe help drive the business into the OASIS program, which they were recently awarded. And so, so the Zoom meeting is definitely doable. And obviously I agree with your strategy of telling stories to really connect better with the contract shop.
Right.
But yeah, I was just looking for any unique ideas or thoughts. That's all.
Yeah. So
Ralph,
I appreciate it.
Dina, I have a suggestion too that may be helpful. Ralph, since you are making a transition from one company to another, you may want to use a platform like LinkedIn to even make a formal announcement that you've made that change, and incorporate not only that you've moved to that new company, but also what they offer. And that may open up even more channels for you to other agencies and other potential teaming partners and so on. I'd also suggest too, there's a group called the Capital Business Development Association. And
I'm part of that. Yes.
yeah, so that would
Yeah,
be,
they're great.
that's another, good platform there. If you could be a highlighted business through them, that
Yes.
might be effective. Are you, and could you describe again some of the services that your new firm offers?
Yes. So they're in the 8A program,
Uh-huh.
and so a lot of their business that they started off into cybersecurity because
Mhm.
the founder comes Green Beret Special Forces, had that cyber background.
Mhm.
But when they went into the 8A program, they started doing a lot of construction. So
Mhm.
when I, not only the Construction Management Act, but actually the swinging of the hammers, all behind over the fence in the Intel community.
Okay.
Um, and so my role as a mentor has been helping them grow their back into the professional services side. And so I have 3 contracts that they have now won on the services side, and those contracts are in either construction support and management. One is third party for the NSF, doing third party administrative work over the construction of research centers in Greenland. And let me see what else we have. And also in the um, cleared community doing special courier work. So
What I would suggest also, if you're still in 8A, I would also do a periodic reach back to your business opportunity specialist, your BOS. And
that I will definitely need to introduce myself to them as a
yeah,
point of contact.
I would make an attempt even to make it even like have it on your calendar every 2 months to reach back to them, to provide some assistance to you, to provide your help. For those of you
Excellent.
who don't know, if you're part of the 8A program, you're assigned a business opportunity specialist, and their role is to help you navigate the 8A program and to be an assistance to you. They are part of the SBA, and they're there to help you. So
Yeah, thank you very much, Charles.
yeah.
I like your idea of the LinkedIn. Um, I have I have purposely not announced my transition
Uh-huh.
yet, and I will do that in January when I do make that transition official.
We'll keep
But
it among the 17 of us that are on this webinar.
that's right. Well, if it was a total secret, I would not have mentioned it here. But yes, thank you.
But also
And
one other suggestion too, if you're in the cyber area and you're um, in the defense area, if you're
yes,
a member of some groups like AFCEA or some
yes.
other groups, also a good way to do a reach out there too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
those groups are all tough since we're all virtual now. So
Mhm.
it's you don't
Definitely.
get that person to person networking that you normally would be able to connect. But thank you very much. I like the LinkedIn because I think that would be a great platform to announce not
Yeah.
only to my partners that I've worked with in the 28 years uh, and let them follow me over to the QED platform.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. I think if you put together a strategy like your calendar, everyone you need to connect or reconnect with from your old company, your new company contacts,
That I've
and all,
started, yes.
yeah, all their business contacts, and you can do a little presentation. I mean, it is different. Everything is virtual, but it is an opportunity, and you have to grab that opportunity. So you can do like a little, this is my elevator pitch in a present PowerPoint or Canva or some, resource like that, and start it as an opening as a conversation with the other person, and put that on their website, put that on your LinkedIn page, other platforms you use, and any of the associations, ask to do a presentation to their members, and I think you'll be able to make a lot of connections that way.
All great ideas. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the questions. As Charles said, if anyone wants to just unmute themselves, we're
Yeah, at this point, if anybody wants to unmute and provide a question, feel free.
no judgment zone. We're here to help one another. And as Charles, you have a wealth of information. I can attest to that. He's given me a lot of great ideas and information.
Dina, what advice do you have? This is Shawande. What advice
hi,
do you have?
Shawande.
Hi. What advice do you have for businesses that are having a difficulty pivoting in this pandemic?
That's actually my next webinar. It's on Monday on finding new income streams. All right. Do you have the video? Are you the one with video production? Is that your business? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I remember you from another webinar. Hi. So is that, are you having trouble changing your client base or expanding? What is
It's actually, yeah, expanding the client base.
And who are you, what's your current client base? Tell us a little more about your business for people that don't know. Give us your 3-minute elevator pitch.
It's a digital digital media entertainment company, primarily, creating films, videos, digital media by and about people of color primarily. So during this change, especially when everything stopped as far as productions, that was the time that I said I need to pivot and shift my talents to providing services for people like Ralph Ronlund, who needs to tell a story, because that's what I am by profession, a storyteller. So, but finding those people is the challenge for me. Like, who needs their story told? Because people, for one, that's not top of mind for most, clients, let alone like small business organizations.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. I think, as we said, every challenge provides an opportunity. I think if you look, like for me, I've been targeting in webinars to small business organizations. So by going through an organization, I'm reaching a bigger market than I would, one-on-one. So maybe you need to think about, can you put on a webinar for this organization? Charles might be interested. I'm putting together a speakers bureau, actually. Maybe we could work together. Can you make presentations to trade associations to tell people this is, because even if they've put a video together, they may need production help. You might have a menu of services, like I can do everything from A to Z, and you list, because most people, if you have never done this, don't understand what does that mean, video production. What can you do for me? How can this help me? So you need to, again, have a presentation that you can show people that by using a digital medium, by using a video, your reach will go, expand so much percent, or so many thousands you'll reach with a video that won't look at, as opposed to print or a photograph. And I've seen, in doing research for this webinar, I saw some statistics on the use of video and, how much more effective it is in reaching people. So you want to do two things. You want to reach different audiences, and you want to convince them that this will work for them. So how do you do that? I would say, put together a little presentation, put together a little video that, and I could help you with this, that highlights, those areas. I know you pitched to me. I was interested. I'm sorry I didn't follow up, but I'm interested, you know, a lot of us have financial issues at this point. So what is the cost? You know, people want to know, yes, I'm interested. What are the different price points, you know, for a 1-minute video, 2-minute, whatever. And maybe
Yeah,
start with something, everyone's going to have different budgets. So offer them a variety of options.
okay, and that's the other challenge, because I think because people are, so, it's not like you walk into a cafe or a restaurant and you look at the items. It depends on the story you want to tell. And one thing that's kind of a running joke in the industry is that, you know, people's ideas and their budgets are always out of sync. So you can tell a compelling story, but you have to know how to tell that within your budget. You know, it doesn't take, you know, a 6-figure budget all the time to tell a compelling story. This is not an appropriate example, but one great storytelling idea. I don't know if people have seen the Amazon Smile commercial where the girl is rehearsing for and practicing for a dance, and it gets canceled due to COVID. And this guy who lives in her community, you know, sees a letter that's published by her sister, and then she does this performance outdoors, and all of the people in the apartment complex enjoy her performance. It's a really sweet, moving,
Heartwarming.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of things there. One is doing something to help your community. So can you help another organization that's like delivering food to vulnerable people? Or, you know, can you produce something for them? That gets your name out there. Have you looked at grants? There's a lot of grants now for people of color. I think the Bay Fund, Beyonce's fund, I think Jay-Z's doing. There's a lot of grant options, and so I don't know if you've looked into those. And look at also, don't just think small, think big. Why not go after a big company? They all have supplier diversity programs now. I just signed up with Chevron. You know, they're all going to need some kind of marketing, some kind of video production. Why not go after that? Google, you know, look at bigger companies and get on their list of suppliers. Are you registered? Are you registered with the federal government?
Not yet.
So, you know, there's government contracts you can go after. There's if you're in each local government has contracts, and there are definitely benefits to being in certain programs like 8A, minority-owned, women-owned, economically disadvantaged, where you can get, you know, be in a limited pool or sole source contracts. So there are a lot of options if you think bigger. You know, just don't think like, I want to reach, you know, this population. Think, step back. That's why I said it's important at this time where we're all worried about day-to-day stuff. Step back, give yourself a day or an hour a day for a week and think, brainstorm. Like, again, I can help you with this, but brainstorm about what are my options? What's the biggest company I can go after? If you get, you know, like $100,000 contract from them, that's nothing to them. For you, that's, you know, good for a year, you know, that's maybe your income for, you know. So scale up. Think of this as your time. This is your time. Set your goals for 2021. That's what I'm doing. Like, it's going to be my $1 million year. Okay. So set your goals, think big, but also think local. You know, look at the landscape. What are your options? said, Charles is a great one to help you and his organization. So
Yeah, I would
think,
encourage anyone who doesn't have a mentor or a small business counselor to engage one through either the DCSBDC or through some of the other organizations that Dina talked about earlier. And they can sit down with you, give you a perspective, and provide some cogent feedback on some things that you can do to help take your business to the new level.
Great, appreciate it.
yeah, I hope that's helpful. So we have a few minutes left. Basically, the next few slides, I was just asking people, like, what is your next step? What step do you plan to take in the next 10 days and why? Because I think if you say it out loud, if you write it down, if you tell someone, it becomes real. If you're just thinking about it, oh, maybe I'll do this, you won't do it. But if you have to write it down, if you have to say it out loud, you become accountable. So let's hold each other accountable. Okay, I'll start first. In the next 10 days, I'm looking to work with some social media programs like Hootsuite. I'm going to decide examine which programs there are. I've done some research on what fits best for me. And I'm also looking at marketing contact software, like which is the best fit for me right now. So those are some goals for me this month. Who would like to go next? Again, no judgment zone. We're here to help you. You can unmute yourself.
All right, I'll go next. This is Ralph again.
Right.
In this transition period, boy, dealing with the contacts that I've accrued over 28 years and now merging those and getting out of one system into another system. And my goal by the end of the year will be to find the right platform that I can use that interacts with not only my personal email, but also my business emails. And if anybody has any suggestions on what I should look at, please feel free to share. I've already got a Office 365 account, but it doesn't seem to like necessarily communicating with the iCloud contacts and things. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm looking to accomplish that mission by the end of the year.
Ralph,
That's great.
does your firm have an existing CRM, the firm that you're moving to?
They do not. There is one that they're looking at, and I don't remember what the name was. I know that we looked at Podio a while back, but I don't consider that to be a really good, what I would call a CRM. I've personally used Outlook on the Exchange server for years, and had some pretty good success with that, but not in a formal CRM way.
I was thinking more towards something like Salesforce or Soho. Those are a couple of the CRMs that are out there. Literally, you can do a search on the internet for
Yes.
top 10 CRMs.
Yes.
That's something you may want to consider as a platform, and it'll do several things for you. It'll allow you to capture that dialogue you've had with your clients. It'll also allow you to develop a sales funnel that you and your colleagues can all, work around and work towards.
Yeah, I would
Yes,
I would second that. There's Constant Contact. There's
there was a Contacts Plus that I came across that seemed to be along those lines. And yes, I'm familiar with the Salesforce and the Soho.
And a lot of them have a trial period or a free version that you can try it out and see if it does what you want it to do. And I was looking at different reviews that comparison that people have already compared them. So you can look online and look at the features and then the costs and see what best fits your bill. And I would think your company would want to pay for that so that the whole company could use it.
Right, right.
So, okay, well,
Great
that's
suggestions. Thank you.
great. I'm glad that you have some near-term goals. Would anyone else like to go next? Again, no judgment zone.
I was
Here to
just going to
share.
mention to Ralph, my name is Sharifa Crawford, and I help small businesses automate their systems and processes. Just a suggestion, Ralph, you may want to look into HubSpot's sales Chrome extension. So basically, HubSpot is a CRM. They have all kinds of different great features. So they help you track and log your emails. And it also integrates with Office 365. So it just kind of does a lot of heavy lifting for you. And it also like tracks all your conversations that were in the email in your CRM. So instead of you having to like, search your inbox and, tracks, 3 different threads and try to piece together, all sorts of information that's already done for you. So something to look into. In terms of your question, Dina, the next step for me is to be a little more committed to my social media strategy, and just because it's an easy way to get leads and I'm not, being consistent. So my next step is going to be to just reach out to somebody to actually create my content for me, and I can schedule it myself. But, so that I can at least get automated and I can get that done.
Great. That's
Great.
terrific, Sharifa. And I would, yeah, I mean, it's all a process, and, it's setting up calendars and the platforms and investing time and money. And I think once you get things set up, it'll make your life a lot more streamlined and make things easier for you. So that's great.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sharifa. You had mentioned HubSpot. What was the second one you mentioned?
So I mentioned HubSpot Sales, and one of the features of HubSpot Sales is their Chrome extension. So their Google Chrome extension, if you use their browser, it'll be like a little icon right next to your search toolbar. And so, it's just another way to kind of streamline, use of your CRM.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it sounds like a great platform. I'm going to look into it myself.
Sharifa, it looks like Sawandi wanted to get your contact info and follow up.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Put that in the chat area. That'd be great.
Yep, I'll do that right now. Thanks.
Yeah, I would encourage everyone to take every webinar where you can attend that gives you access to the chat to put your contact information. This is another networking opportunity for you. Your company name, your name, how to contact you, and just a little snippet about what you do. So take every opportunity to market yourself.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to share their next step?
Yeah, I think we have time for one more.
One more?
Anyone would like to share. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to follow up on your suggestions. Shawanda again.
Awesome.
Registering with the government. I'm not registered with the federal government, so I am registered with the local, but
So
I'll do that as well.
So Wanda, we can help you with that. We have in our office, we have a director for government contracts and procurement services. Her name is Yodit Shabru, and she assists our clients with getting certification, getting registered, understanding the process, all those things.
Perfect.
So when if you sign up for our services through our website, when you go to our website, just click in the upper left-hand corner. It'll say new clients. Just click that, follow the prompts, and then when you register for services, you can just put that you request Yodit Shabru, and I can put her name in the chat area.
Yeah, that was that was going to be my next request. Okay, thanks.
There you go. I just put it in there.
Yeah. And I can attest to Yodit is awesome. She was very, very helpful to me in the
Yeah, that's
loan
right. Dina, you're
application.
working with her. Yeah.
I'm working with her. Yeah, she's great, very helpful, very resourceful, and she's like a certified hub zone expert, so that was great. I don't know, Swande, what district you're in, but like DC has certified business enterprise designation where you get on a special directory and you get access to a lot of opportunities that way. And yeah, I would just, when I was through the another group, ICIC, I got in their executive coaching program this year, and they connected me with Chevron, and Chevron said they have a supplier diversity program there, and they said put right up front whatever designation you have, you know. So you want to get those government designations, whatever they are, because that moves you up the ladder. And okay, so I think we'll just finish.
Just if I can add,
Oh.
can you hear?
Sure.
Yeah, this is, sorry guys, I joined late. I was finishing with a client. This is Rob Carroll. I'm with PNC and I'm a small business lender. But I did want to follow up on what you said. We have a supplier diversity program that we can add parties to. So I'm happy to, if someone on this webinar would like to, know more information about that, happy to share that information with you.
Rob, could you put that info in the chat area?
It's
I think he's on the phone.
yeah, I'm on the mobile.
Okay.
I apologize. I'm not on the laptop, but I'm happy to share. For anyone interested, I'm happy to send out my email, and you're welcome to respond. I'll forward the information to you. But PNC is definitely, there's a lot that we're doing on the social justice related side, and supplier diversity is one of the things that we're really promoting right now. So we're happy to, we're looking for participants in that program. Rob,
tell you what, why don't we do it this way? I will put your email in the chat area if you could tell it to me.
Yeah, Rob, it's very easy. Rob, ROB.Caro, which is CARO @PNC.com. And I'm happy to send you the information on the supplier diversity program. Just for me personally, Charles, I would love to speak with you at some point. We haven't chatted. This is one of the 10 things I'm trying to do in the next 10 days. I haven't done much webinar presence, and so I'm trying to expand that in the next few days.
Rob, I have your info from your registration, so I'll reach out to you.
Appreciate it.
And we're wrapping up for the year on Tuesday, but what we can do is schedule something maybe after the new year, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
Great.
So Charles, I'm thinking that we need to do a program on supplier diversity.
There it is.
Our next webinar together. So I don't think we have time for this poll since we're wrapping up, but think about your takeaway. It's your homework. I hate to give out homework, but you guys, you want to grow your business, you need to do some homework. What marketing action are you going to take? Here's my contact information. I've really enjoyed working with you today, and I will be emailing you these as well. I am putting together an ebook to accompany this webinar, and special offer. If you email me before the end of the year using this order code, you'll get special pricing.
And by the way, everybody who's on the webinar today will get a copy of the slide deck so that don't feel you have to write Dina's information down quickly. Yeah. So you'll have this slide deck and follow up.
Yes. And I wanted to make a special thanks to Charles and the DC Small Business Development Center. And you have their contact information as well.
And also you got an upcoming, well, you led right into what I was about to say.
There's my last webinar of the year this coming Monday, and it's filling up very quickly, finding new income streams. And you can sign up to where you signed up today. And you can check my website out for upcoming webinars as well. I have one on actually small business designations, for 2021. Want to wish you all happy holidays, stay safe, and thank you so much for sharing this time with us. And I hope to see you at the next webinar.
And Dina, thank you again for some great ideas. I know I learned a lot, and I hope everybody here also